Hello, hello. We're back with another update. It is, let's see, day 80. We just got our 200k silver, which we desperately need because I am very broke. And we made a lot of progress since the last update. So, if I recall, the last update, what we'd done is I was thinking about building my different champions in toxic gear, and I was leveling up some of my gear. And I decided to go ahead and say, screw it. I'm going to try and get Ronda in a toxic set and see what happens. And so I was able to do it. I built her out in toxic, and I was able to get really nice stats on her, actually. I can't remember if I picked up a new piece or what I changed exactly. Maybe it was just picking up some masteries, or actually I think I rolled some of the gear I was intending to use up to level 12, and that unlocks some stats. Like, look at this guy. I think I had this guy at level 8, and I think I might have had this guy at level 8, but then I rolled like accuracy on both of them, which was really nice for getting like the accuracy requirements and stuff. So yes, moral of the story is we put Ronda in toxic gear. Holy crap it, she is so good in toxic. You definitely need her in toxic. What I realized is, so one of the things that Saf discovered, Saf from HH Gaming, a little while ago, is that abilities which are like artifact sets proc not based on the ability, but on the number of ability effects. So most skills only have one effect, right? Like it's, say, it attacks, even if it attacks twice, it's like attacks twice and each hit has a chance to put on decreased defense. Well, that's one effect, right? But Ronda's A1 here has this place an extra hit if the target has less than 50% HP. So you have two effects. You have the first three attacks, which are one effect, and then you have this other effect, which only if they're less than 50% HP will also proc. Well, what that means is that if you're on affinity, which means the clan boss is less than 50% HP, you can double proc the toxic set and put 2 poisons up every time she attacks, which is just absolutely nutty. She does so much damage, and she can single-handedly pretty much fill up the entire debuff bar on the clan boss, which I'm so glad I decided to put her in this build, because it lets me know, oh, I actually don't need to have, like, my Valerie in a toxic set or my Ronda in a toxic set. In fact, I don't want them in toxic, because if I put them in that toxic, we're definitely going to overblow the debuff bar, and then I might lose my leech or my decreased defense from Deacon, which would be really tragic, especially the leech. If that falls off, the team is going to die. So that's really cool. I mean, it basically means that Ronda is good to go. So let me show you her build real quick. Also, while I was doing this, I put some points into the area bonus, and I picked up a little bit of speed for Clan Boss. Where is it? Here. Which actually messed up the tune, and it made me realize that I thought I could take Valerie up to 235, but with whatever specific speeds I have, she actually can only go up to 229, no higher than that. So I had to change her gear out a little bit, which honestly ended up being fine, because I was able to swap her. I swapped her into this chest with defense and attack on it and HP, but no speed, and I put her in this shield, which has more speed on it. So basically, with the way everything worked out, I was able to drop her speed by having no speed on the chest, but better main stats, and make up for that drop with A, I needed to decrease her speed generally, and B, this one had more than the other one. So yeah, so we got her in a slightly better build, but she's definitely like a high priority in terms of who needs to be rebuilt. But I'm now thinking like, okay, well, we're not going to put everyone in toxic anymore because they're already over, too many poisons. So we're going to I think what we're going to do is put them all in Stalwart, actually. Because then if I put them in Stalwart, I think that's going to be the best bang for the buck in terms of stats. I mean, essentially, like, Stalwart is stats, right? Like, it makes me more defensive. It makes me take less damage from the AoEs. And because the way the boss mechanics work is that, like, the stun can hit really hard, like, later on, but it starts out at a really low level. And since we're not surviving for a long time, like, the stun is, like, the least important attack. It's really the AoEs that can cause us problems. And it's not that the stun is nothing, but it's definitely less important than some of the other stuff. So I think we want to get them all in Stalwart, and then that will take care of our defense in a big way, and we can just boost as much damage as possible while wearing the Stalwart set. and not worry about defense nearly as much. So it's kind of like we're just thinking of it as stats in the sense that it's just like giving us the defensive stats. It's increasing our EHP. But I think that's going to be the most cost efficient in terms of like where we're getting the most value. So I'd like to get Valerie into Stalwart. I'd like to get Eris into Stalwart, and that I remember I showed you guys that piece we rolled a little while back, the triple speed roll. Where is it? Stalwart. This guy, this triple speed roll is going to really help me get my Valerie up. But I haven't leveled up any of this gear. And I actually have some really nice Stalwart pieces. Like, look at these pieces. Perfectly rolled. This is as good as you can get on an epic piece, basically. For an attack-based damage dealer, this is the perfect set or stats to roll. I mean, great. Maybe you'd want speed, especially for this team where people need to move a little bit faster. But that's really good. Another one here. This one is really good. Perfectly rolled. Like, that's amazing. We've got this one here, which isn't perfect, but it is a legendary. So we've got crit rate, attack. This one over here. Actually, that one didn't roll very well. But yeah, I mean, here's crit damage, crit rate. The only issue is... Oh, and this one, dude. I'm so excited to check this one out. If we can roll crit damage with crit rate... That'll be amazing. I think this piece is pretty decent anyway. Yeah, but I basically, I need to roll some of this stuff up and try and get some of these speed rolls. I do have some pieces with speed, right? Like we've got this HP chest with speed. No speed boots. We've got, here's, look at this weapon. This is, again, a perfect weapon. Speed, crit damage, crit rate. So we've got like perfect weapons. We've got perfect helmets. This one's not perfect, but it's good. Yeah, I'm like, I've got some decent-ish Stalwart gear, but I just have no silver to roll it up. I've literally got like 800k. I went down to like 600k as I was trying to get Ronda gear rolled up. I was kind of starting to talk about her build. One of the other things we picked up was she's in an accuracy chest now, which is this one here, which is a really solid accuracy chest. We got a double roll and crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. Really solid chest piece, and you'll notice that I ascended it. I spent last night farming Sand Devil with RSL Helper, woke up this morning, ascended this, got HP, and I ascended this one and got attack percent. I haven't taken this up one more level yet because I don't have the energy to farm more. Well, I need to spend the energy somewhere else, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, I was really excited about this because her defense did drop a lot. She was at 38,000 health before and 2,000 defense, and now she was down to like 30,000. And then I upgraded the Great Hall. I took another HP in there, and then I upgraded some of the gear. I was trying to get like the helmet to plus 16 as well, so I could get a little more HP that way, but I ran out of silver. But yeah, so we're getting her a little bit better now, and then this HP on there is actually really, really handy for that. So she's not too bad. She's definitely squishier than she was before, but she deals a lot more damage. Her attack went up a decent bit. Her crit damage went up a tiny bit. Main thing is her accuracy now is looking really nice. If you look at the area bonuses, we're up to 219 accuracy. So ideally, I'd get it to, ideally like 230, 240, 250. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go quite that high, just because it's hard to get there. But we're getting close. So I think I'm going to spend... I think what I want to do is pick up one more of these. It's 600 silver, so I'm like a little hesitant to spend that much on that when I could get like more value out of this. But I mean, even these ones are kind of expensive now. These are 300. So yeah, I probably go one more here, which will boost me up another 8 accuracy, and then we go at least one more here. So that would be another 18 accuracy, which would put us at like 237 or something like that. And then once we get all the way up, we'll be well over the accuracy that we need. So yeah, that's coming along pretty nicely. But even having enough accuracy, I did a run on Ultra Nightmare, and it was going well, but we're still only surviving to like turn 13 or something. And we're actually doing... Oh, that was one other thing I want to show you. We're doing over 1 million damage per turn. So I was going to show you the run I did earlier today. Let's see. Swap that out. There we go. Yeah, can you see everything? Yeah. So this is a screenshot from earlier, the run I did. And you can see Ronda did 9.2 million damage. Oops. I zoomed in too close, so you can't see Valerie. But anyway, that's like literally half the damage of the team is just Ronda. And that's because it was on Force Affinity too, which is probably the worst affinity for her, to be honest. Like if it was Green Affinity, I can only imagine. We might be getting close to being able to do a 1-key on, or not a 1-key, a 2-key on Green Affinity. But I made it to turn, I think, 17 when most of the team died. I might have actually made it a little bit longer with Deacon, and I think Deacon and Spirit Host survive a little bit longer because they're positive affinity against Force, so they can't get crit or anything. So I think they might have survived to like turn 19 or something like that. But Ronda died around like turn 17. But we were doing basically like 1,000,000 damage per turn, which is really, really nice. Because if we can do 1,000,000 damage per turn and we can survive to turn 20, we're very close to a 2-key, basically. Very, very close to a 2-key. So I think that's possible on Nightmare. Ultra Nightmare, I think we're getting close, but we definitely need all their gear in a little bit better state for sure. And it's not even necessarily that the builds are bad, it's just that they're like unfinished, right? Well, for one thing, we want to put people in that stalwart to help with their tankiness. That'll help a lot, get some more turns. But then also, it's just like so much of this gear, like look at this, it's a +8 weapon. This is the weapon I swapped out. I stole her weapon and put it on Ronda to get a better build. But still, it's like, like these guys are still in really bad gear. 4-star stuff, nonsense. So if we can get them all tanked up and get some decent damage on them in stalwart, I think we can do some good stuff. But it's just silver. I'm just so low on silver. And that being said, I think I want to actually get my shield guard built out a little bit better. I think I want to get him in to make him more of a nuker and like try and get him to do the campaign. Even if it's not going to make him better for campaign, though, it's going to make him better in other stuff. It's going to I can get him up to like 4,000 defense and like 160 crit damage. But his HP will drop a decent bit and his speed will drop a little bit. But I think that still might be worth it, just to make him better for like nuking in arena, and hopefully it'll help him solo that boss in the campaign. But just in general, I think it'll be good. So I think I might want to actually focus my silver there, just because I think it's going to be a significant, like it's going to be a lot easier to get that than it is going to be to get the clan boss team to do Ultra Nightmare or Nightmare. But I'm feeling pretty good about the investment. Like, even though we're not necessarily unlocking anything we didn't have unlocked before, the fact that it's like guaranteed 2-key or guaranteed 3-key, like not even close in Nightmare, is really nice, because it means I don't have to worry about like restarting over and over again and stuff. So I'm happy. Like, look, we did 34.5 million in 2 keys. Like that's really nice. So, and then I'm hoping we can get close to a brutal 1-key. If we were pushing into Affinity, we probably could, but I don't know. Like, part of the clan is hitting Ultra Nightmare, and part of the clan is hitting Nightmare, and nobody's hitting Brutal, so that makes it a little rough. But yeah, that's where we're at. Let's see. Let's go ahead and check our Altar of Souls. What do we have in here? We're still looking for an Arbiter Soul. Okay, no Arbiter Soul. I'm starting to think, like, more and more, though, like, it would be really nice to get some more souls, particularly on, I mean, even the rares. Like, if we look at the amount of stats they get out of the Blessing, it's not insignificant. Like, if I can get them all to a 2-star, that's 300 extra attack. I mean, that's like 10% of my total attack, more than that. I mean, that's like 15% of her total attack, just because her build sucks. I mean, her build is just all speed, right? Like, everything is about squeezing speed out on Eris. I forgot, man, how bad this build is. Jeez Louise. I guess, yeah, dude, wow. Yeah. It's crazy what we were able to do with it. This is just trash gear. But if I get a little more silver, if I can get her into a Stalwart, that would be really nice. Although, to be honest, Eris is like one of the easiest ones to keep alive. If I think about the number of turns or number of attacks each champion gets in the clan boss, like, Eris counterattacks after every turn, so she's getting 3, and then she's running a 2-to-1. If we think of like a 3-turn rotation in the clan boss, right? Because the clan boss works on a 3-turn rotation. So Eris is going to attack. She's going to put up her buff twice. She's going to counterattack 3 times. And then she would normally be doing 6 attacks, but because she's putting the buff up, she has 4, right? So she has 4 turns where she's attacking, and she counterattacks 3 times. So she has 7 attacks per cycle, and it's a guarantee that every cycle is going to have at least 1 attack. So she gets way more chances to proc War Master than some of the other champions. So she's actually, even though her build sucks, she's one of the easier ones to keep alive. Like, Spirit Host, on the other hand, especially on like Ultra Nightmare, she does that turn where she's like increasing her attack and then increase and putting up block buffs right before the stun. And like that's kind of sketch because she doesn't get to attack in that turn at all. Fortunately, it's the stun turn, and the stun, stun targeting is its whole thing, So it's not as big a deal. But still, moral of the story is that she's getting a lot less attacks than Eris is. Valerie's sort of running on the same thing as Eris, but she doesn't get the guaranteed counterattack, and she doesn't have. I mean, our best revenge accessories are all on Ronda, so she only gets 4 chances to attack in a full clan boss cycle. So she's actually, even though I guess her build kind of sucks too, but she's one of the ones that is a little more difficult to keep alive. She's tankier than Eris is. She's got more HP and way more defense, but she's harder to keep alive because she doesn't get as many chances to get War Master. So if we can get her to survive more of those turns where she doesn't get to attack or she doesn't proc War Master, that would help a lot. So I can't remember why I started talking about this, but basically, like, I don't know. That's kind of where we're at in terms of improving the gear. Is we need to tank up Valerie and tank up Spirit Host and tank up Eris. I think actually, honestly, the best set for Deacon would probably be a Guardian set. Because Guardian is going to make everyone in the team more tanky, right? By increasing, like, he'll take 10% of the damage, but it's not actually 10% of the damage because Guardian, because the way like ally attack works with clan boss and stuff, it like basically doesn't hardly transfer any of the actual damage. So that would help him keep everyone else alive, but also Guardian gives a 10% heal on every turn, and because he takes the double turn, that means he's getting a 20% heal straight up from a Guardian set essentially every turn the clan boss takes, because he takes 3 turns every time the clan boss takes 1, right? Because he has the double turn basically. So he'd be getting 30% of his health recovered from Guardian set between every clan boss attack. So I think he would actually be really good. Any of these champions with double turn mechanics are so good in regeneration or any set that recovers HP, just because you get double the effect on those turns where their ability grants them an extra turn. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'm thinking for Deacon, but I don't have Guardian gear. I would like to be able to start farming some, but it's probably not going to happen this Doom Tower rotation. And I think actually there is a Griffin in the next Doom Tower rotation, I think, but we'd want to farm Dark Fae anyway. So anyway, just thinking about builds. Main thing we're working on today is we have this dungeon or champion training event that's about to end. And so I think I'd really like to pick up these Mortal Soul coins, just because we're not doing any Iron Twins farming at this point. And I do think getting blessings up is a good way to boost the clan boss team a decent bit for sure. Even if it's just the rares, just getting the stats from the Phantom Touch blessing and increasing its chance to land. It's nice, honestly. It's really nice. So yeah, and they're so cheap, right? Like getting like a 2-star blessing is like 4 coins. So honestly, like, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how much easier and better it is to do rares even than like legendaries, because it's so much cheaper. So yeah, anyway, moral of the story is I'm going to try and pick up the Mortal Soul Stones. I mean, ideally, I could get the rank if that would be nice. Skill book. Honestly, I'm shocked at how little skill books I need, just because we use all these champions that are farmable, and like I just haven't really had a need for champions that aren't farmable. At least not for rares. I don't think have a single rare that's not farmable. I mean, I guess not, right? We just have these 3. And then Town Spawn's going to be one of the next priority, and Hellfang or whatever this guy's name is another one. He'll actually need books though. So anyway, moral of the story is books are not that important. Yeah, I think that's pretty much where we're at. I just really need silver. So I'm gonna farm the campaign and level up some champions to try and pick up that reward from the champion training. We are still interested in getting Arbiter to 6-star. It would be really nice to get her there. Honestly, the biggest reason I want to get her 6-star is so I can pick up War Master to proc healing on like some of the boss fights in the Doom Tower. But yeah, I don't feel like I can make a lot of progress on Doom Tower. I need a good CC champion to make progress on the hard waves, and I need better survivability to deal with the Nether Spider. So that's pretty much where we're at. Or a CC champion to lock out the Spiderlings. But yeah, I think that's pretty much. Oh, one more thing. Okay, hold on. I totally forgot. Last night I was paying attention to this Classic Arena tournament, and I realized that if I had bought a couple of refills, I could probably win this Classic Arena. I was at like 240 and this person was at like 276, and I was watching them, and it was like 2 in the morning and they hadn't moved in a long time, and I was like, all right, if I buy one more refill. I bought a couple refills. I bought like 2 refills before that, and then they pushed up, and then I wasn't sure. Anyway, I'm like, okay, I think if I buy one more, I can actually get it, and I can actually win it. And it worked. So that's kind of why we've been holding on all these gems. It's because I want to save them to win tournaments. I wasn't really thinking Classic Arena so much, but honestly, I'm so desperately in need of Arena tokens for the Great Hall anyway that it's not a bad thing to be buying these. Honestly, we do get a lot of value out of it. So let's go ahead and claim this and see if we picked up any good Relentless gear. Where are we at? Attack, accuracy, attack, caress. That is kind of bad. Crit rate is the only good stat, and the rest are flat. That's pretty bad. Okay, here's one that's interesting. Speed, crit rate. There we go. Armiger is the main thing we're considering when we're thinking about Relentless, right? We have one Arbiter. Actually, I think the next Armiger I want to put in Lifesteal, because a level 10 or Armiger and Lifesteal can solo stage 10 of the Sand Devil. So I might do that. But at some point, I'm going to want another Armiger in Relentless. So that's a good shield for that. Crit rate, defense. Yes, that is what we want. I mean, defense... Like, the substats aren't amazing. Crit rate is amazing. Defense is better than flat stats. We'd really love, like, speed and accuracy and crit damage, but we'll take that. Can't complain. HP, accuracy, crit damage. I don't hate this. I definitely would want speed, but I don't hate this. And speed? Nope. This one sucks. Okay, so some of those are usable. Definitely happy about crit rate gloves. That's nice. And honestly, this guy's not bad either. Our Armigers want to be, a lot of times, or a lot, if not all the time, they actually do want to be in an HP chest because their damage is coming from that max HP damage, right? Or enemy HP damage, not off the actual defense. So the fact they're defense champions doesn't really mean anything. HP is good to make them not the target of the enemies, right? Because if they have high HP, they're less likely to fall below shield guard. So, yeah, looking pretty good there. I did progress a little bit in the Sand Devil, but let's claim this real quick. But my Shield Guard is not very consistent at farming Sand Devil 7. He can do it, but Sand Devil 7 is not that much more efficient than Sand Devil 3. Like, it's better, don't get me wrong, but... Actually, and Sand Devil 6, to be honest, is better too. I think I'm farming him in Sand Devil 6 now. No, sorry. I was farming in Sand Devil 6, not 7. We haven't cleared 7 yet. I was farming it in 6, but he's not 100% consistent in 6. So I went back to farming 3. But we did make it up to 6. Yep, I think that is going to be it. I still need to do an extra run of Live Arena. I didn't get to finish as much as I like tonight, but we are making progress on that. Still, actually, I should be making progress. Like, really, we're stuck in, like, gold. Like, once you get into, not gold, silver. Once you get into silver, you stop falling down, but it's, like, basically, or in bronze, you can't, like, lose points, but once you get into silver, you do start losing points, so we've basically made no progress from here. But you know what? We still get wins. I can't remember how many I won. 1, 2, 3. Won 3 out of 5 I did yesterday, and I'll do 15 today. And yeah, you know, they're not bad, making some progress. So, all right, I'm gonna go farm the campaign, and I will see y'all in the next one. Cheers. I totally forgot. There's one more thing. Clan Quest reset last night, and I was online for reset, and I was able to grab some. So first off, one of the ones we were able to do is finish top 3 in a tournament position. I said I had the Classic Arena, and I knew I was going to finish in the top 3. At worst, I was going to get number 2. So I grabbed this mission as soon as it became available and finished it. I also grabbed the increased speed and increased defense in Tag Arena, and I set up teams to do that. So I'm going to show you these teams real quick. I had to do a little bit of regearing to make this work, but basically we set up this team here, which uses Eris as the increased speed, and what's this champion's name again? Wordbearer as the increased defense, and then I had to put Wordbearer in some gear, some speed gear to get her to go over 200. But then we just have Arbiter boost, speed. Well, actually, speed goes first, but yeah, and then increased defense, and so we get that there. This team is like kind of our main team that we use a lot. Actually, this is a team I actually am just going to use straight up for 3v3 Arena permanently now. Broadmont puts the increased speed up, right? Because it doesn't matter if it's big version or small version. So Broadmont puts up the increased speed. And Pilgrim, is this guy? That's this guy's name? Yeah, he brings a 30% increased defense, which gets us our increased defense. So we're able to get it that way. And then we have this other team over here where Spirit Host opens with increased attack, and then we have Diabolus throwing up speed, and another Pilgrim throwing up increased defense. So yeah, I was able to basically finish all 3 Elite Clan quests day 1, which is awesome. And the reason I wanted to record this is because I wanted to collect it, and I wanted to spend the clan gold. So you have 1,270 clan gold. That's so legit. I'm like so torn between buying these and buying at Carl Fragments, though. I do really want to start buying at Carl Fragments, but they're so expensive. I think I need to keep buying these until we get enough for Valerie, right? Eris doesn't need reaction because she always counterattacks. Ronda's completely done. Deacon is completely done. Spirit House is completely done. So we just need 2 more for Valerie, and then we'll have everyone in the Clan Boss team in full revenge. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go ahead and buy a few more of these. So wish me luck. I don't even care what it is. I just want it to be revenge and banner lords. Okay, orcs. Or no, that was barbarians. No, that was orcs. I don't know. Dwarves. Demon spawn. I might actually want some demon spawn, good demon spawns though, when we get our fellhounds and our 2 dogs. Lizardmen, come on. Shadowkin, how many more we got? Like 3. Another lizardmen. Give me a banner lords. Undead, 2 more. Another Shadowkin, come on. Sylvan Watchers, damn dude, what a bummer. We didn't get anything for Clan Boss. Feels bad. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder. That wasn't barbarians, right? No, it was orcs. I don't really have any orcs. I have a Gulek, but I probably won't level him. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should start going for the Carl. The nice thing is, though, we will be getting more coins from Hydra. Oh, did someone come in and kill Hydra? Yes, Vevas did. He came in and one shot it. Nice. So we're gonna get top chests, or not top chests. We're gonna get double chests from Hydra. So that'll be nice because I'll get another like 400 to 500 coins. Then does that mean we're gonna be getting more every week than we're gonna spend? Yeah, nice. We'll finally be able to buy these every week. Yeah. So maybe I'll start. Maybe I'll start buying all 5 of these, which will be 750. If we get, let's say we average chests, it's like 220, so 420 plus. If we can get 3 elite quests, which might be optimistic, but that would be 1,400, and then minus 750, which would be 720 divided by 140. So we could buy like 5 of these a week and 5 of these a week. Might have to start doing that. Might have to start doing that because your Carl would be pretty nice. All right, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.